Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. I'm excited to be here today. If you are new, welcome. I'm excited to have you here. I've gotten several new subscribers here recently and I am excited to share with all of you what's happened in my weekly check-in. And if you are not a subscriber, I suggest go ahead and subscribe to my channel and give this as a good thumbs up if you like this content, and let's get started. So what I'm doing here is a weekly check-in. I try to do this every week. We are in week two. Week two in my weekly check-in is part of paycheck 2. And so is week 3 because it's a 2-week, every other week paycheck scenario that I have to cover both weeks in one paycheck. So I try to divide it up and make sure that I don't go over budget in my categories. You are going to see where I'm over budget for grocery household. That I do know because I forgot to write down in my transaction logs, which I have back here, and give you a little sneak peek. I forgot to write HelloFresh on the 9th here, and yeah, that just kind of threw me all off. So I had to borrow from week 3 to cover week 2. But again, I have the cash in the bank because week 2 and week 3 are part of the same paycheck period. Week 1 is one paycheck period and week 4 will be a different paycheck period. So these 2 weeks are kind of combined together. I already have the cash and now I am ready to get started. Over here I have my breakdown for all my categories for week 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then what I want goal-wise for the month. This is a way for me to keep track of my when I'm doing the budget, how much I budgeted for each week. So that's what I did there. Let's go ahead and go to my transactions that I list in my monthly calendar. Now I have 2 calendars. Now these are printables in my Etsy store. It's called Lisa's Faith Budget Plan. It's a little abbreviated version of what this one is. This is what the shop looks like when you go to it. I just started doing stickers. I have February stickers. I'm getting ready to put March stickers up this weekend. And I already have March budget sheets, and I'll be doing, as soon as I can find them, I will be doing the video on that coming up very soon. Yep, there's the March budget sheets. So, and I have a new layout for my shop now, and you're going to see a lot of changes for the shop online on Etsy. Now, I love these. Once you purchase like the monthly calendar or the weekly check-in, you can print them off as many times as you want to month if you only want to buy one design, or you can buy them monthly and have your own designs. They're only $1 or $2. They're not very expensive. So, but they're PDFs. They're yours to use and print as much as you want. So that's what I love about these sheets. And I love a full calendar. I love a full 2-page calendar so I can really see what I'm doing, going on, keep notes. And that's what we're doing today. So we are weekly checking in Friday the 5th to November the 11th. And I did pretty okay. I mean, we didn't do a lot, but then we had in the beginning, but then we had some large eating out, but it was for the entire family or a special dinner. So that's where that came in. But we seem to be doing pretty good this month. So how I'm going to do this is I'm going to eventually zoom you guys in just a second. I'm going to write down here with my pen the transactions for the category, starting with grocery household, then restaurants, then miscellaneous, and then gasoline. I use a highlighter method in the corner little white boxes there. I don't like using a lot of colors for the expense stickers. I don't know why. I like one pattern, one color, and that's aesthetically pleasing to me. But a lot of people need the highlighter method or the expense stickers to be colored these categories that they set for themselves. And I think that's awesome too. I've just never, my mind doesn't work that way. So I don't need all the highlight. In fact, when I see too many highlighted colors, my brain shuts down. So I'm kind of the opposite of a highlighter method person. I only recommend it if that is something that actually works for you. You've done it in school or things like that. So when I'm coaching people and talking with people on budgeting, that's how I kind of approach it. Do you enjoy the highlighting and seeing the colors and your eyes go directly to it, or does it confuse your brain and you just can't look at it? That's how you know if it's a good method for you or not. And that's how I know it's not a good method for me. But these little corners are so small, it doesn't take away from the aesthetic, so it doesn't bother me at all. All right, so I'm going to zoom in. We're going to start calculating what we spent. And I have not done this ahead of time, just FYI. So hopefully I don't stumble through this. Hopefully this works out well, and you get to see this in real time. So I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. So here we go. Like I said, we're gonna start Friday the 5th. That was a payday. My husband gets paid again on the 19th. So we're only weekly check-in from Friday to Thursday. And then next Friday, I'll do the 12th through the 18th. And every Friday, I film a video and hopefully get posted that evening or Saturday morning. And we're good to go. So we're looking at Friday and Saturday on these transactions, and there are no grocery household items. Now, I combine my grocery household because I buy them in the same store at the same time. I don't want to divide my receipts up. That's why I do that. So let's go over here on these days. Now, I did have one grocery household here at Walmart, and that was, let's see, for $97.26. I can't remember what I got that day, but I'm pretty sure, I do believe I got more household like cleaning supplies and like dishwasher tablets and stuff. I use the finished dishwasher tablets, which seem to work best in my dishwasher. I love that. So I spend a little more on certain items just because I know it's going to work and I don't have to worry about it and things like that. So I bought groceries and I bought some household stuff, and that's why that was pretty high. But though my groceries tend to be high in the beginning of the month. The next grocery item, I ran to the Dollar General real quick on the way home. I needed bars of soap and they had them for less than $1. I like the Dove bars. And I just didn't want to go to a regular grocery store because I just did not want to spend on other items. I just wanted that item and leave, and I got 6 bars and we're good. HelloFresh I include in my grocery budget, but as I said before, I forgot to put it in my tracker for the 9th. So I need to really keep a note of that in my tracker to keep my grocery budget low so I know when I'm about to go over. 28, so 63.28. Then I went to Food Lion, and that was $58.11. I got meats there. I got some other things there. My husband wanted coffee, so I bought a big thing of coffee. He likes the K-Cups, and it's the Black Silk 1850 coffee. I don't know. I don't drink coffee, so I don't know why he enjoys it. And then Food Lion over here yesterday. Now, this was kind of cool. This would have been $19. But I shop often enough at Food Lion and get specific items that you can save and earn, or shop and save, or some kind of savings thing that they have. And I got $4 off. I was really excited about that. So if you shop at Food Lion frequently and you're not using that MVP card, definitely use the MVP card. It builds up things and you can save money. I've saved $8 in one transaction. I've saved $4 in one transaction. I've saved quite a bit throughout the years, and plus the regular savings throughout the store. So that's one way you can kind of help offset your budget cost in your grocery household for spending money. I really like it. So here we go. We're going to total these items up and see what we have here. So I have $97.26 plus $6.36 and $63.28 plus $58.11 plus $15.44. There we go. Ooh, $240.45. So $240.45 is my total here. I'm going to move on to restaurants. I like totaling all of these up first before I flip the page and go to my weekly check-in. So let's go ahead and do that because I lose track very easily. And speaking of losing track, I'm going to go back. You're not going to be able to see this, but I'm going to put check marks on my groceries and household. So there we go. All right. And now we're going to restaurants. So first restaurant I have is Papa John's. We spent $51.89. We generally give $10 tips frequently or more. So our restaurants are kind of high if it has a tip. It's just part of our giving that we feel called to do by the Lord. So when we go out to restaurants and we figure out what 20% is, and we try to give just above 20% or 25%. because we want to make sure the people that are serving us and that are working really hard out there and feeding us when we want to go out to eat and stuff, that they are treated well. And we'll probably continue this for many years to come, but definitely during the pandemic we have right now, I really want to make sure I'm giving, because not everybody can, and that they're being taken care of. So I just do what I can. So the meal wasn't that high, but we always give pretty good. So same thing with Peking. It's a Chinese restaurant my husband loves. We could, this is $10 over. It was a $10 tip he leaves them. And he just feels called to do that. So that's what he does. So I am not against that. I was a waitress growing up in high school, and yeah, tips were not that much. I think $4.25 an hour is what we made, including our tips. So that was just, yeah, I can't believe that. Thankfully, I was still living at home at the time. All right, El Toro Loco is another Mexican restaurant, and I really like it. It's $10 or more over on the tip. Let's see, $63.93 for that, or $36.93 for that one. Red Robin. This was the entire family of 4 adults, and plus a tip. So all of us, my husband basically put an online order in, and then he drives out to the restaurant and calls them and says, "Hey, I'm here for my order when it's ready." And then they bring it out to the car and he brings it home. Absolutely love it. We probably will continue to do that for years to come because it's just awesome. Pirates Cove, my husband and I had a date night. So normally we wouldn't spend more than $35 just for the 2 of us. But because it was a very nice restaurant, he sat down, had a couple of beers, and he just we were relaxing, and we had a date night for our homework, which is going to sound a little weird, but we're doing the marriage oneness, what is it called? Marriage Oneness. I think that's all it's called. But it's just a book and curriculum where you can go through and enhance your marriage, talk about your marriage, work on your marriage, find out trouble areas or anything like that. And if you watched any of my faith videos, you'll know I write a lot about difficulties in marriage. So I love my husband very much and thankful he is in my life, but we still struggle. And so we're working through that. And so we had a date night. We had a great time, actually. It was a lot of fun. And enjoyed going through the book, and which is kind of funny. You're in a restaurant with a book and going, okay, let's do our homework and talk about things. But it was a great atmosphere to be in to talk about the subjects we were talking about. So that was really cool. I had a good time with that. So there are no restaurants over here. The last one was the Taco Bell after Pirates Cove for $15.03. So we are now going to calculate this one. So that's $51.89 plus $35.67 plus $36.93 plus $72.52 plus $69.95 plus $15.03. So we spent $281.99. There we go. Now the next thing we have is miscellaneous. And you know what? I actually did not put our miscellaneous, one of our miscellaneouses down. And I can't remember what day it is on, but I'll show you how I do these expense trackers. So I have Sarah Marie's expense trackers. I love the colors that she used. They usually match pretty well with my budget sheets. And eventually I'll learn to cut my own. But for right now, I'm using what I have left in my stickers of hers. And then I'll start incorporating my own stickers and cut my own. My machine doesn't cut the greatest though. Let's see. And I'm thinking about buying a second one and see if it cuts better because I just can't get this one to cut the way I need to. So the Leaky Mama. Oops. So the Leaky Mama is a company in Lexington, Kentucky. It's actually a cousin of ours. It's her company, and she sells cookies to moms who are lactating and nursing their babies. And these cookies help with that, increase the milk supply for mom and baby. Whoops. And so we do a giveaway with them every year. And, well, not every year. Every other month, it seems like we're doing a giveaway. This is our second one. And we are just absolutely loving it. I can't remember if it was Monday or Tuesday. I don't think it really matters, or Tuesday or Wednesday, but I'm going to put it here. But she announced her giveaway for Valentine's. So she's doing a Valentine's giveaway. You can nominate a mom. So if you're in the Lexington area and know who the Leaky Mama is. Oh, I used the wrong marker. Miscellaneous. Then you can, and you know somebody who needs cookies like this, she's the one to go to. I don't have her information. I will try to link her information in the, remember to anyway, in the description box below. So if you're interested and you want to just put your name in the pot, she's got that available. So there we go. So let's go ahead and go back here and begin with the actual miscellaneouses from the beginning. And so what I have here is the Kindle. And I purchased Atomic Habits. Oh, I didn't mean to write Kindle. Silly me. I only need the amount. And it was a book on habits. And then my husband wanted to read it too. And so, yeah, we've got the book and the audio. And see this other Kindle book. What did I purchase here? Oh, this is something recommended in my Prayerful Planner community on Facebook. Love the Prayerful Planner and I love the community. And it was Forgiving. It was a book called Forgiving When You Can't Forget, or something like that, by Lysa, Terkerst, I think. I'm not sure how to put her name, but if I remember, I'll put it in the description box below. And it's a good book. If you've been through trauma, if you've been through difficult times or anything like that, I've only got 5 chapters in, but she really knows how to articulate that kind of pain and that kind of difficulty. And I absolutely love the fact that she does that. I forgot to do my restaurant checkoffs. And I love her book so far, and it's really been helpful to shift my mind from a painful experience and forgiving and all that good stuff. So yeah, that was hard. It's difficult, but it's awesome at the same time. So I bought shoes on Amazon for $40.55. Just some basic tennis shoes, nothing too fancy or anything like that. I'm not a shoe person. I may buy shoes once a year or two. So 1 or 2 a year, that's about it. And then the Leaky Mama was the only other thing. I have not been spending in my miscellaneous, which has been awesome. That is one category I have trouble reining in. And so let's go ahead and mark those off. The Leaky Mama, there we go. And let's total this up here. So $14.99 plus $13.61 plus $40.55 plus 100. That's $169.15. I have one gas transaction. Just write that here at the bottom. It was $46.49, and there we go. And we are good to go. So I'm going to take my little notes here, and we're going to go to the weekly check-in. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So here we go. The weekly check-in. As you can see, this is last week's weekly check-in. I was over in Grocery Household then, and then so I borrowed from this week's. I used my buffer until the paycheck came in. And then I am going to be over again here, so I'm borrowing from week 3. But the rest of these are really kind of in pretty good shape. I still have money left over in each of these categories, so let's go ahead and figure out where I stand for the budget. So before I do that, I'm going to pop my budget sheet out here. That's why I like a disc system so much, or like a notebook or something, because sometimes it's just not easy to write when they're in their notebooks. There we go. That's awesome. Okay, here we go. So I spent grocery household $240.45. Restaurants I spent, and I am definitely under in my restaurant category, $81.99, which gave us the freedom to spend a little extra in a couple restaurants for the family, and then the date night and stuff like that. That gave us freedom to spend. And when people say a budget gives you freedom to spend, that's what they're talking about. Because you get to control where the money goes and how much you're spending. And this is one of those where you can see I had freedom to spend. Look at that. I had a couple nights where we were out to eat and we got to spend a little extra for date night that was normally for the price for four for us, but it was just the two of us, and we just, we bought the extra stuff, and it was an experience, and it was awesome. So yeah, I love that. So the miscellaneous we have was $169.15, and then gasoline was $46.49. Pretty sure that's what it says. 46.49. My writing is horrible. Sorry, guys. There we go. I'm going to put that off to the side. And now that I have my numbers, let's do the calculations here. So, $240.45 plus the $281.99 plus $169.15 and $46.49. There we go. As you can see, maybe not see because the glare. There we go. Move everything over here. So $911.48 was the budget. So not only did I borrow from week 3 for cash for grocery household, but my budget for the week for all 4 categories was good. I was able to keep it within the budget. There's one category I have which is unbudgeted. I'm going to go ahead and put this number down before I get that other number. It's $738.08. So what I'm going to do is grab my notebook real quick and show you my paycheck to paycheck, just a part of it, because we decided to take out of the buffer an unbudgeted item. But it's for entertainment, and I don't have an entertainment category because we don't spend a lot frequently enough. But so as you can see here, VA Living Museum, which is Virginia Living Museum. We live in Virginia, near the coast in Virginia Beach and stuff like that. We spent $135 for a year-long membership to visit the Virginia Living Museum. And with COVID and everything and limited on places to go, memberships like this are very precious to get us out of the house and doing things. And one of my sons absolutely loves going there. He's 16, but there's still like an outdoor section and see the animals. And then there's a lot of cool inside stuff that you can see. And just, he's an environmentalist. He loves the environment and outdoors and stuff like that. He's not an avid outdoorsman as far as hiking and fishing and all that. He loves to hike and fish, but not like he wouldn't do a 16-mile hike. He'd just do a day hike and be done. So things like that. But yeah, we went ahead and took it out of the budget, which is this buffer section that we haven't spent yet. So there's that. And you are going to see here, if you're wondering, salary overtime. This is the difference between the $630.09 of the overtime amount that we got. So I just went ahead and put it into savings, and that's why it's deducted there. I don't want to leave it in the paycheck or in the checking account because I don't want to spend it every penny of our overtime money that my husband gets goes into savings. So I immediately put it over there when he gets paid. So with all that being said, we do have an unbudgeted. It doesn't count in the total here. It's just here to remind me. Sometimes when I have unbudgeted, it's because I really was kind of stupid and spent money where I shouldn't. Remember what it was, 35. And sometimes it's good because it's something good for the entire family. And that's what we have here. And so I don't mind that. I'm happy with this 135 because we can go as many times as we want throughout the year. And after 2 visits, you've pretty much it pays for itself. So it breaks even. After that, it's pretty much free, and it's just a great way for somewhere you can go frequently. And with COVID. We need places that we can go safely. And that's one of those places. And you wear a mask. Yes, you're indoors, but they're very limited on how many people can come in. You have to schedule the time and day. And once you're in that schedule, you know you're not going to be in a crowded place. So that's pretty awesome. So let's go ahead and figure out how much over budget I am in these categories. Let me move this up so I can get everything on screen without blurring my calculator here. I had $193.90 for my grocery household budget, what was left after being over budget last week, and then I forgot to calculate HelloFresh. That's why I kept going to the store, and that was my fault. So there's that. I'm going to subtract the $240.45, and I am over budget by $46.55. So, which is okay because this overall budget covered that cost, but I still want to stay within the $1,000. So I'm still going to be deducting it out of week 3 and borrowing from week 3 because I really want to stay in that $1,000 budget range. Just because I'm over budget for the week does not mean I have to be over budget for the month. And so that's where I try to rein things in and keep them under control. So $321.61 minus the $281.99. And we still have $39.62 left. I had $300 for miscellaneous because I didn't spend anything in the previous month, which was awesome. So I spent a little bit this month, $169.15 and $130.85. Wow, that is amazing. If you watched any of my past weekly check-ins or my past budgeting videos on, my transaction logs and stuff, this never happens. Not this early in the month. I'm usually so gung-ho to spend it. This month, I'm just not. And I don't know what's clicked for me, but something's clicked. Oh my goodness. $95.79 minus the $46.49 for gas. And I still have $49.48, which means this entire category actually more than well compensated for being over in groceries. So I have $46.55 negative plus the $39.62 plus the $130.85 plus the $49.48. So I should have, because this doesn't, I don't count this in here because it's not coming out of this budget. It's just a reminder. That's why I have it there. $173.40. So let's see if I add this to this. 38, do it backwards here. Yep, it matches this. So yeah, I'm checking my math, just like they taught us in elementary school. And that's the awesome thing about budgeting. Budgeting is 80% behavior and 20% head knowledge. So if you can remember elementary, middle school, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, you're good. You can do a budget. And calculators make it even that much easier. You don't even have to remember your facts and your tables and all that stuff. So now what we're going to do is we're going to look at our chart on what I budgeted for the different categories and where I'm pulling from. I'm not going to keep this up here, but this is where I'm pulling up for. So I'm budgeting for week 3, and these are the numbers I need to set up week 3. So grocery household only had $200, and I spent $46.55 of it. So hopefully my goal will keep me in budget. So $200 minus the $46.55. I'm only giving myself, let's do it this way, $153.45. I didn't want to write it out like I did up here, so I'm just doing the amount. And then since these are all pauses, these are going to be added to what I already have for the budget. So 39, I can't do this. 39.62 plus restaurants, 125. So that gives us 164.62 for this week, which, looking at this past week, that won't be able to cover, and it's Valentine's, but I don't think we're going to have too many large expenses because I have been making sure we have food at home for lunch, and that's where our restaurants get killed, is when I don't plan for lunches during the week with everybody home and I don't buy enough groceries for it. Yeah, that's where it kills us. And I'm like, oh, let's run over to Taco Bell. Let's run over to Arby's. Let's run over here. Let's run over there. And we just got to quit running over. So 130.85 plus miscellaneous 125 is what I gave myself on this week. 255.85. That's just amazing to me. I've never had a month where I had such high numbers for miscellaneous. So I'm praying I just keep that reined in and not, overuse it or anything like that. Because we could really, we're eager to build up our savings for our fully funded emergency fund. So I think that's part of why I'm kind of refraining in some of the spending, hoping at the end of the month I can transfer it over. Okay, I had left over in my gasoline category $49.48, and I'm going to add the $62.50 for this week here, week 3. And that was $111.98. Now we might spend more of this than usual because my husband just finally, if you've watched some of my other videos where he's been saving up for a Jeep lift, he finally got his Jeep lifted, and that's done and taken care of. It's awesome, but they need him to drive it for a week. So we're going to make sure we go places and drive places in the Jeep for a while so that he can, so they can come back and make the proper adjustments after it's been driven for a week. So that's what he's going to do. And obviously I don't budget for unbudgeted, so I'm just going to leave a line there. And we are going to total this column up. So what I'm going to have for week 3 budget to spend available total is the $111.98. I'm going to add the $255.85 and the $164.62 and the $153.45. That's going to give me $685.90 for the week, for this week of spending in my categories. And yeah, that is how I do my weekly check-in. It's looking good. Groceries are a little high. I really got to focus on that HelloFresh. That's what's bringing my budget up as far as grocery household. And I have not kind of tweaked that to compensate for that. So, but other than that, everything looks really good. I am saving money in other categories, and I'm really thrilled of how little red we have in our spending right now. So hopefully I can keep the grocery budget to $153.45 this coming week, and we'll see how that works. I don't know. Maybe I'll be over a budget. Maybe I won't. The later in the month it is, the less I do tend to spend because I buy majority of my groceries and stuff here at the beginning of the month. That's why I give myself a higher balance. 300 for the first couple weeks, 300 and 300, so total 600 for the first 2 weeks, and give myself less at the end of the month because I buy not necessarily in bulk, but enough bulk that it spreads out for the rest of the month. So I just make sure I have plenty at the beginning and work my way through the month and use my cabinets to make sure I shop my pantry and shop my freezer, and there we go. That's what we're doing. So let me put my notebook back together and we'll close out this video. So that's all I have for the budget this week for my weekly check-in. Overall satisfied. I give myself a C because I'm over budget and keep forgetting the HelloFresh and calculating that when I do my daily logs. But other than that, I am very happy with the numbers. I'm still under budget for the entire week, and I'm going into next week with a healthy budget. So hopefully your budget is going well too. And if you have any questions or comments, please put them in the comment section below. I would love to discuss or talk with you on any of the budgeting questions you may have. I'm not an expert, but I do enjoy it a lot. So I know a little bit about a lot of things about budgeting. So, and maybe I can help you and put you in the right direction. So, yeah, so if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next time. Have an amazing and blessed day. Bye.